Thanks so much for joining me for my September favorites. And as always, you won't see very many new things here. You'll see a lot of repeats, but there are some items I've had for a while that I put away and I took out recently that I want to share with you as well. So starting off with primer, we have the same Chanel primer. This is the mattifying primer. It just does such a nice job here. In the front, I have not powdered today either. So we have zero powder, and I'll let you know what foundation we went in with in a moment, but this one does a nice job of smoothing over pores. It creates a really nice base and also helps me be able to skip powder. So love this one, still love it. And I went in with a foundation today that I hadn't used in a while because, as you know, I've been going without foundation for a while, but I feel like once fall comes around, that's when I start getting back into my foundations. In fact, I used this one in a vlog. I filmed a vlog and I used this one, the Sublimate Sauce de Teint. This one's in B40. I'll swatch these for you just so you can see. This is not the one I had on my face today, but this one is cooler, so this might help. So this is BD, no, not BD. This is B40, so it's going to be more neutral. And then we have here, this is the Sublimate Le Teint. This is the one in the jar, and I think in my mind, this is a really creamy product because it's in a jar, kind of like skincare is creamy when it's in a jar, less fluid typically. And to me, that also means that it's a little bit more or a little less long wear is how I think of it. But this is the one that I tested in the rain inadvertently because we had quite a downpour of rain last year. And I had worn this outside and the wear on this is beautiful. I wanted to put something on, but also have it stay in place, but also be a little bit more luxurious. Like this one's a great one. And I know many of you have it, the Ultra Le Teint in BD41. And I feature this quite a bit, has a really great staying power, especially long wear. This one, the Sublimate that I'm talking about, the one Le Teint in the jar here, a little bit more of an elegant kind of foundation, and it does have skincare benefits in it as well. So this is BD41. So I think you can really see the difference in the undertone there, B40 and BD41. So that's what I've got on my face, a really thin layer of it. So I'm gonna actually, let me see if I can add some concealers here. It'll give you a nice comparison as we go. So instead of going with eyebrows and eyes like I typically do, I wanted to go in with the concealers to show you how I apply the blush as well, because I wanted to apply the blush at the same time as the concealer because these are liquid blushes. So I went in with actually a few concealers because I have a few different needs. I love SPF for the day, so I love as much SPF as I can put on my face just in case I missed something. This is an SPF 50 concealer and this is by Cils. So I've got that one on this side of my face, and this is in the shade 08P. So this is like a peachy tone, but you can see here the difference between what they say is a peach tone and then a warm tone and a neutral tone. So I put that on my spot first, and then I went in with this blush by also Ciele. These are my daytime makeup choices because they can have SPF, because this blush is also SPF 50. You can see there. This is Kirsty, and I apply that directly on top of the concealer before I let the concealer set. So I'm going to take you through that process, especially for those who are wondering how to use liquid blushes when there is discoloration and you've already concealed and then it lifts it off, because that's what happens to me. So I think I figure out a way that it works pretty well. So again, I have no powder to set anything. So what you see here is kind of like what you get, which actually turned out really nice. And then we've got here the Westman Atelier, and this one is in M2. So this one, we put it right here so you can see this is M2. Right there. So I used that one under my eyes, and I also applied it here on this dark spot because I wanted to go in with another blush that I really like. By the way, this Westman Atelier in M2 has a nice second skin-like quality about it. There's something in there that reflects the light really beautifully, not sparkly, no particles in there, but it's not a matte. So I like that it reflects the light beautifully. And then I also have it under my eyes, and I did not powder either. So a little goes a long way under the eyes. I just have to be careful. I think when I initially applied it, I put too much. There is some like opportunity for creasing, but also I noticed it depends on how I prep my skin. So if I prep it with a lot of moisturizer, I'm gonna get more creasing. So it's kind of like finding that balance, but it looks really natural. We've got here the Westman Atelier, and then on top of that, I went in with this blush. This is by YSL, and this is in 44. I think I memorized that by now. It's such a pretty color. And this one, let's put it side by side. And I did the same thing. I applied the concealer, I left it on there, and then I went in with this. I used two different brushes for the blush. I used a smaller brush, a more condensed. Oh, I got some on my dress there. Just be careful with this, because another thing to be careful about with liquid blushes, a little bit just landed on this dress, but this is like a dress that I film in, so it's okay, but just be careful. So using a brush that's a little bit smaller and just focuses on that area like this, I took this B01 brush by REPHR. I just took the blush and I stippled it on top of the concealer. And then I went in with a larger brush like this B20, and I took the blush and I went all over the cheek. And then I ended up taking this 44 on both cheeks. So I applied it here initially, and then I took it on top of the Ciele blush as well, just to even them out. I really like the second skin-like finish. As you can see, there's no powder on my cheeks, so it has a really lovely freshness about it. And then another blush I like, but I did not apply, actually, should we do that now? Is the Rose Radiant. I think it's a really pretty blush. They're cream to powder blushes by Chanel. Let's take this mini Kabuki here by Ray Morris. Love these as well. And just let's take a little bit, and I'm gonna apply it just to the little pop of color. Just a little pop, like that. So it looks like this. But I like these a lot. These Chanel blushes are beautiful as well. But I do want to show you what the skin looks like without powder. This is a cream to powder blush. Okay, I'm gonna just clean my hand off here. I just really enjoy experimenting with products like that to see how I can get them to work, because I have challenges and it's not as effortless as I want it to be, but I like the effortless looking result. That's what I really like. So we're gonna go to a YouTube event actually, and I'll probably wear I don't think we'll be outside, so I think I can wear the YSL 44 that day, and that's the one I'll pick. That one is supposed to have longevity to it. I haven't tested it. I have not tested it for, what is the word I'm looking for? I've not wear tested it yet. Is that right? I will definitely do that probably that day. Then we've got brows. I went in with the Babyblade by Victoria Beckham, and I like that these bangs kind of hide my eyebrows a little bit. I mean, I like my brows, but I just feel like sometimes I spend so long on them because I really concentrate on them, and then it just takes longer. So with the bangs, it's like, good enough, so I can keep going. I went in with the clear transparent in the Jones Road Beauty. I still really love this. Really, really nice hold on this, especially for brows like mine that are more coarse, that want to do their own thing. This really gets them in the direction I want them to go in. So still really enjoyed this. For eyes, now I put a combination of things together because I love this one. Oh, by the way, before I forget, this is a Jenni Kayne sweater, the one that I have two of, and it's becoming sweater weather again. This is the cotton version, and the cotton version, I think this is extra large that I have on because I like it really oversized. I usually wear a size medium, but in their cashmere sweater, same Cocoon sweater, the extra small, I think it was the extra small, worked really nicely on me. So I think it just depends on let me see, what size was it? I can tell you right now because I have a little video of it. The cashmere one that I tried on in this version in extra small worked really well as well, because it's a little bit more volume, not as much drapiness, and I feel like it didn't look frumpy. This doesn't look frumpy in this size, I think because of the drape, because of the weight of the fabric, but with the cashmere it doesn't have that same weight. So the extra small worked really nicely. So that is definitely on a wish list. In fact, I have a few Jenni Kayne wishlist items, but I'm just waiting for a sale. I'll post when that becomes available, but I'll put my wishlist items down here because I actually got to go in store and try them on, so that was fun. Back to makeup. So for eyes, I love this one. I think it's one of my most, where is it? This is probably one of my most used eyeshadows, singles. This is the Brun Talpa 236 by Chanel. So I have that on, and then remember how I was looking for something to brighten just the center, and I picked this one up, which is 220 Blanc Pearl. oh, sorry, let me swatch that for you. So the Blanc Pearl, hold on, let me slow down here. So this is Brun Talpa right here. You can see how pretty that is and how it catches the light. It's really a lovely subtle color. So if you're averse to color and even gray might be too much for you, I think that this is a nice one. And then this is that Blanc Pearl, and this is like a transformer of sorts. Like you can see how it catches the light, and then I'll put it over that Brun Talpa so you can see. I don't know if you can tell as much, but it like has a pinkier tone once it's on there with the Brun Talpa. It's really interesting. But I was looking for something that didn't do a transforming kind of job. I just wanted something to illuminate the middle. And there is one Chanel color, I think it's beige something, and I did not pick that up. I will at some point. But this one I realized has something like it. So this is that Hermes Fall Palette. It's limited edition, I believe. And this one is like really tricky, I think, to use. So let me know if you figured out a way to use it. I enjoyed the way I used it, but I think I wouldn't wear it like that all the time. But I discovered I really like these two shades. So this is a shade that just like does a nice job of illuminating, and it doesn't change the color. It's not a transformer like the other one was. So there's this, and then also I love this shade. I have that as an eyeliner right now. It's really pretty. So those two are really versatile. Even though this doesn't look like a versatile palette, these two right here are versatile. Using it as an eyeliner, you can use that with any palette. You can use this with any palette. So I really like that, but let me swatch these later too. I mean, the green is really pretty. I tried this on by itself with a little bit of this color on there. It was pretty. So I didn't have all the colors on. And then we've got this, like a terracotta, like it's that color that I said reminds me of the gold color in Hermes bags. It reminds me a little bit of that. So that's those are the colors there for that. But it's a lovely palette if you were looking for it. But outside of the fall season, I really think that those two shades that I showed you, the blue and that lighter shade, are really nice. So I have those on with the Brun Talpa. I don't know if I need to get that other single in the Chanel, we'll see. But I feel like that, even though it seems like it's not a difficult color to find, I don't really have many colors that do what the Hermes does. Yeah, that really pretty illuminating color. Well, I've now since run out of all of my Faux Cils Longest Lash mascara, so we have this little travel version of the Faux Cils Longest Lash mascara. So that's what I've got on for mascara. No news there. And then for bronzer, when I have a warm foundation, like anything in the BD family from Chanel, then I really like a nice warm bronzer, and this is the warmest bronzer that I have. This is in 02 Atlas, and this is by Hermes. So this is one of my favorite bronzers, but I forgot to mention I really still enjoyed and used this one, and Hermes was on sale somewhere recently. And this is probably the warmest bronzer I've seen in any of the lines. So if you're looking for warm bronzer, it's really pretty. So the blue cotton dress, I was gonna wear that, but I wore it in a video or two ago, and it's got a collar on it and short sleeves, and it goes out. It's such a nice dress because it covers enough. Like I want my sleeves to go to about here, not too short, not too long when I have short sleeves, especially if it's warmer. And then it also goes out like this. I'll put an image in here somewhere, and it has pockets. So if you're looking for something that's really easy to wear, it looks really polished because of the cotton fabric. I just wash it in the wash, and then I make sure I take it out before it completely dries because it can get some wrinkles, and I just kind of shake it out and I hang it on the hanger to dry, and it looks really nice because I do not enjoy ironing. I don't even enjoy steaming. So if I can do anything to avoid those things, I will, especially with cotton. So it's a really nice dress if you're looking for something easy to wear, especially for something like a brunch or anything daytime. I think is really nice. I did want to mention that because I've been using that one a lot. And then of course we have Trench here. I put that under the eyes like always because that cancels out redness. And also, oh, I forgot to mention this other item that I use to cancel out a little bit of redness around the nose. So I don't know if you remember, if you saw that video where I picked up one of the new shades BD41 in the Chanel concealer, and I do have some redness just right around my nose. I have broken capillaries, and so I'm looking for something actually not peach. Everywhere else I'm looking for peach. Peach to combat darkness and peach to kind of brighten, but here I don't want to brighten. So I want something that's a little bit not peach, even a little bit of green element. This is not green by any means, but It's closer to that than the peach concealers that I have. So I did use that around the nose and it looks really nice. So let me swatch it for you. I forgot to swatch the other thing, sorry. Okay, so this is BD41. Oh, I should swatch it against the foundation, shouldn't I? That way we can see, because I don't think I did that the first time. And then you can see BD41, the concealer, next to BD41. Let's use this one. This is a BD41 Sublimate Le Teint. So here's the foundation, BD41, and there's the concealer. The concealer, it does look a little peachy though compared to it. That's interesting. But compared to the other concealers, it's not. It doesn't have the same peachiness. And here's Trench. So let's just swatch that while we're here. Trench is here. You can see it's pretty much my skin tone, which is why it helped combat any kind of discoloration. And then we have here Clé de Peau concealer. I use this in the outer corners of the eye, right there. Still a staple. And then and this is in the shade Honey. It just helps me just cancel out the darkness there in the corners, and this is a nice job of staying put. Oh, and then I went in with a lip that I ended up changing because I feel like it didn't really read well on camera and it was a little bit warm, but I did want to show you because I talked about tinted balms as well as those pH balms. Also, I forgot to include the Rouge Coco balms, which I really like. So this one is 914 Sweet Treat. So it's like Your Lips a bit better, but with a little bit of a beiginess to it. So you can see why I probably wanted a little bit of pink. And then, so the pink one that I went in with was something that we talked about a lot. What do I do with it? The YSL lip product. The Rouge Volute Candy Shine. Here it is right here. And it just makes everything look healthy, and I like the color it provides, and it also looks really nice on camera. I know that, but in real life it also looks really nice, and I wanted something just a little bit cooler and still fresh. This one's really comfortable. It has some color, but also has like a glossiness about it. It's not sticky. So that's the one I went with today. And then I went in with a highlighter, this highlighter by Victoria Beckham, and I just put a little bit on the cheekbones here and then down the bridge of the nose. And this is in Pearl right here. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's still one of my favorite highlighters. So anything that has particles in it, like this is a really nice one if you want just a hint of particles in there. I think it's one of the most subtle highlighters that has reflective qualities to it in terms of particles and not just texture. And oh yeah, I do know that people ask me about these earrings all the time, and they were like a special order that my mom made. She kind of custom ordered them a long time ago. So I will try to list some down below that I think look similar. The trick is to find something that's this size, because a lot of the earrings look like Huggies that I found, but I'll try and find some. I'll try and maybe measure these and try and find some that are similar. And then I want to show you too, because I don't think I've ever shown this. These are so convenient. So they don't have like a little backing on them. They just clip here, maybe in front of my hair. How can we see this? They click like this into place. Let me do it. So they click like this. So there's nothing to lose here. So you just put it through your ear and then click, and to remove, you just pull it like this. So I do want to mention that. So I'll see if I can find any that do the same thing, because they're so easy to travel with too, because I don't lose different parts of them. Oh, I know I have to include something here. So I'll put a little image of it because it's on my bag. That's how much I love it. Is the, how could I forget? Actually, let me go get it. Hold on. I can't believe I almost forgot this one. I mean, not this. Okay, so this I got at the Peninsula when we were in Hong Kong. So it says, it's cute. It says Peninsula, and then it has the Rolls Royce on the front. The one that we took to the airport. I mean, one like the one we took to the airport. And so then I just clipped it onto that, and this is on my bag. And it's the Carolina Herrera lip, the mini lip. And this is the pH balance one, the one that's yellow looking. I know that after I talked about it, it was sold out, I think at Nordstrom, but other retailers had it. And in fact, they were on sale. So I picked up another one. I want to try the pink one, but this one, oh, you can even see, like, look at how pink it is on me. So I have been wearing this every day because I take it with me, my bag, I refresh, it's really easy to use, and it's really cute. Let me know if you picked these up, and if you picked up the other shades. Like I said, I picked up the pink one. I think it just arrived today, but I'm gonna try that one out as well. But these are also like you can replace them. So this is something you can keep and then just replace this when it's all through, because how much do I have left? I have quite a bit left. This will last a while, this mini, a couple months at least for me. And then you can just interchange this. So I'll change it out with the pink one after that and let you know how much I like that. Yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot this one, but it was on my bag because that is the best place for me to keep this, because it really did work the way I wanted it to, in that usually I'm looking for a lip product and rummaging around the bottom of my bag, but this is clipped towards the handles, so I'm able to really access it easily. It's been so convenient. But that is it for my September favorites. Let me know what you've been loving in the month of September. Have you picked up any of the limited edition holiday products? There aren't very many that look interesting to me, but let me know if I should be looking at anything, trying it out. If you want my opinion on anything, please let me know. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. This is the BD41 Sublimate L'Essence. This is a BD41. So what was I saying? Oh yeah,